Than there are in the wild. Now we're part of a captive breeding program, and we had 3 tiger cubs born there just about 2 years ago. It'll be 2 weeks ago they had their 2nd birthday. They're still over in the enclosure, they're pretty much fully grown, so we've got 6 tigers just at the moment. On the right hand side here, European grey wolves. Now there are 3 of the girls here, 3 sisters. They are the largest of the wild dogs, although males do tend to get a little bit larger than them. As you can see, they have a lovely big fur coat. Nice and warm and dry. They will have just sat through that rain. They do always. They've got indoor quarters, they just don't use them. You can also see that the girls are not exactly grey. Grey wolves can be pretty much any colour you would expect your average domestic dog to be, which is not a huge surprise really when you consider these are the dogs first domesticated some 30,000 years or so ago in ancient China, and they are the origins of all of our domestic breeds, all 350 to 400 or so. In the wild, they would be out there hunting for things like reindeer, red deer, elk, wild boar, and if they can't find meat, they're going to eat fruit, nuts and berries, although to be honest, it's not really their first choice. Up next on the right hand side here, 3 enclosures devoted to African painted dogs or painted hunting dogs. In the wild, which for them is South Africa, they live in hunters' family groups. When it comes to hunting, these dogs are absolutely superb. They're very fast, they're very organised. So they can bring down things like wildebeest, zebra, antelope, kudu, that kind of thing. And about 80% of the time when they go hunting, that's exactly what happens.
Flamingos!
On the ground in this enclosure, you have 6 little Asian short-clawed otters, mum and dad, and 4 otter pups. They've been out exploring quite a bit today so far. And we're just at the top end of the track. On the right hand side you have our walk-through enclosure. It's got windows on all sides so you can see in from other parts of the zoo, and it's home to a bachelor group of ring-tailed lemurs, 2 red-bellied lemurs and 3 crowned lemurs. It's the ringtails that are in the middle there. And as we keep going around the corner, looking for gelada baboons. They're working in the enclosure at the moment. They will work with them, but the gate is open, so they must be tucked away at the moment. They're the last remaining grazing primate left on Earth, and to see them in the wild you'd need to head up into the mountains of Ethiopia. On the left-hand side here, a breeding group of ring-tailed lemurs. 13 adults along with a couple of youngsters.
The ones in that one.
Now the youngsters are 11 or 12 weeks old now, they're getting quite big and adventurous. They're beginning to explore the enclosure. Coming up next on the right hand side, you've got the black and white rough lemurs. Now they have just been fed, so I'm guessing they're going to be down here. Now they're one of the larger lemur species. They live up in the rainforests of Madagascar. Unfortunately for them, they still get hunted and eaten as bushmeat, even though they are supposed to be a protected animal. At the top end of the lake, a flock of Chilean flamingos. Now there are 33 of the birds there. It's generally said that you need at least 35 of those to get them to breed, so fingers crossed we've got enough, or close to enough. But we've got mirrors as well. Now the mirrors will make the flock think it's a little bit larger, so as I say, we're nudging them in the right direction. Keepers have also put together some nice nests for them, and they'll have decoy eggs on them very shortly as well. So we are, as I say, just trying to persuade them that this ought to be a good season to breed. Now the lovely pink colour these birds have, they get that from their food. When they hatch out, they're actually grey, and it's not until they start eating solids, that's shrimps and crustaceans, that they start going pink. Now they contain the chemical canthaxanthin, and as that builds up, the feathers change colour. Now you'll not be too surprised to know that we have that chemical added to the food we use here at the zoo. It's also quite commonly used by salmon farmers, and it can be added to your sausages and your burgers to make them look a little bit pinker as well.